Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. We are honored to welcome our speaker, Dr. Nena. Ma'am is Associate Professor at Food Sciences, RHT, Shimla. Ma'am is going to deliver lecture on temperate food crops for diversification for sustainable horticulture. Please join me in giving a warm virtual welcome to Ma'am Nana. Ma'am Nana, over to you. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Good morning, everyone. I'm Dr. Neena Chauhan. I'm working as Associate Professor at Regional Horticulture Research Station, Mashobra, Shimla, which is a part of Dr. Y.S. Pamar University of Horticulture and Forestry, Noni Solan. And today's my topic is temperate food crops for diversification for sustainable horticulture. Under this topic, we are going to talk about introduction to crop diversification, consideration for food diversification, need and importance of this diversification, overview of the major temperate food crops, economic significance of this, and strategies for increasing the temperate food production, opportunities for temperate fruit in crop diversification, what are the different types of the diversification, and what specifically, as we know that in temperate fruit, mostly we are growing these high chill varieties. So what are the potentials of these low chill temperate food crops in diversification? And I'll give you some examples of diversification in Himachal Pradesh, then success stories, thrust area, and conclusion. Now, I'll start with the introduction. As you all know, what is crop diversification? It is the process of shifting from regional dominance of one crop to the regional production of number of other crop. The practice of expanding the varieties of fruit crops grown on a farm or in a region to increase the resilience, income, and nutritional diversity. And it is a strategies to increase output on the same cultivable land, which while cultivating various crops from decreasing land resources. And it involves introducing new crop, new varieties, adding different types of the fruits to existing orchards, or transitioning from monoculture to a more diverse system. As we know that in almost all temperate fruit growing areas, the apple is the main dominant crop, which is mainly we are growing. So there is it is a shift from that one crop to the other crops, and why it is necessary, we will talk later. And what it entails, what are the why it is necessary, and what we can do in this. This is the growing multiple fruit, right? This could involve cultivating different temperate fruit species like apple, pear, peaches, and berries, or even diversifying with a single species by growing various cultivars. And then shifting cropping patterns, farmers might introduce new fruit crops into their existing rotation or transition from a single fruit system to a mixed orchard, and integrating fruit with other crops or activities. It can involve combining fruit cultivation, other agriculture activities like vegetable farming, livestock raising, or even non-agriculture ventures. And what are the benefits of this fruit crop diversification? It reduce risk, improve soil health, and potentially increase profitability. How it reduce the risk? Diversifying food crops mitigate the impact of the crop species specific diseases, pest, or weather-related damage. If one food crop is affected, other can still provide a harvest. I can give you an example of this reduction in risk. For example, mainly we are growing this apple crop. Now, from last 3 to 4 years, what we are facing here, there is a heavy rain, and we can see that even snowfall during the when it is flowering, which totally affect its crop, or sometimes there is healing. But if we are growing 3 to 4 crops which are flowering in different times, so we can mitigate that risk. And at least if one crop is not there, we can get fruit from the other crop. Then it improved soil health. Different fruit crops having
Mom got disconnected. Please be with us. She will join us soon.
Hello, can
Ma'am,
you
please
hear me?
continue.
Yeah. Then I have to go back, I think, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Uh, from
Ma'am, from third slide.
first slide, sir.
No, ma'am, from third slide.
Third slide. Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
It's on this.
Okay. Uh, we were talking about this crop diversification of temperate food crop for sustainable horticulture. So what are the benefits of the food crop diversification? So I was talking about the first thing is it reduce the risk in how it reduce risk. Diversifying food crops mitigate the impact of the crop specific diseases, pest or weather related damage. If one food crop is affected, other can still provide a harvest. For example, I can give you example specifically in Himachal Pradesh, in mainly temperate fruit growing areas. From last 2 3 4 years, what is happening at the time of the apple flowering, most of the time there is snowfall, so no fruit set as flower is damaged by the low temperature. So if we have a different crops like stone fruits, kiwi and persimmon and other fruits, their flowering time is different, so they can at least if one thing is affected, then the other can give you a crop. So the risk is reduced in this way. Improve the soil health. The different food crops have varying nutrient requirements and root system, which can lead to better soil structure and nutrient cycling when grown in rotation or intercropped. Increased income potential. Diversification can offer access to a wider range of market and high value fruit varieties, potentially leading to increased income for farmers. Enhanced resilience. A diverse fruit crop can better withstand the impact of the climate change, such as drought or extreme temperature, as different fruit may have varying tolerance, which we have talked already in this first heading. Market opportunity. Diversification can allow farmer to tap into a niche market for specific fruit to or to cater to a changing consumer preference. Relation of food diversification with sustainable horticulture. By incorporating a variety of the fruit species, farm can create more diverse ecosystem, and it can help farmers mitigate risk associated with relying on a single crop. For example, if one crop is damaged, at least, then if you are growing only one crop, then there will be no other crop. But if they are 3, 4, at least you can get a harvest from other crop. And it can lead to more stable farmer income throughout the year, as different food crops having varying harvesting time and market demand. For example, in temperate fruit, if we see, there is a crop locust which comes in the month of March, then comes cherry, and after that stone fruit, this cherry, plum and apricot, and then peach also. After that, there is a harvesting of apple, and then kiwi fruit. Even in some areas, you can even grow this citrus. So throughout year, there is a harvesting time, and there is not, if one crop we are growing, most of the time there is glut in the market, and the farmer, he cannot get the good price. And when you are growing different crops, and different crops is going to the market at the different time, so he is getting the good price also. Fruit diversification can lead to a wider variety of the fruits available for consumption. Diversification can reduce the reliance on synthetic inputs like fertilizers and pesticides, contributing to a more environmental friendly agriculture system. If you are growing this different food crops along with some vegetables and these for example, peas, beans, they are also adding nutrition to the soil. So we can, relying on synthetic fertilizers can be reduced by using this crop diversification. And sustainable agriculture practices involve a variety of approaches, and the one of the most important one is the diversification, as it allows the farmer to employ biological cycle to minimize the input, conserve the resource base, maximize yield, and also reduce the risk due to ecological and environmental factors. Promote the interaction of the beneficial soil bacteria, interrupts the disease cycle, and reduces the quantity of the weeds. Crop diversification has the sound capacity for achieving the goal of the nutritional security, income growth, food security, employment generation, and sustainable agriculture development. Consideration while opting for a food crop diversification. What we should consider when we are going for this diversification, we have already talked in the third slide. The first thing, it should regulate the orchard income. Throughout year, we are getting the fruits, and we are getting the income. To sustain the food production, to increase the availability of the fruits for the longer period, to overcome the effect of the changing climate, and to regulate the fruit market. For example, in apple, if we see in Himachal Pradesh, 80 to 90% of the area is under apple, and specifically on a delicious variety, that is Talking Delicious. Earlier it was like that, but now we have lots of varieties which we can grow even within apple, and their harvesting period is different. So there is a availability of the fruit for the longer periods if we are even growing one crop. A need for the diversification, environmental sustainability, soil for, it is also important for soil health improvement, for nutritional security, and for market opportunity, and for efficient resource use. And climate resilience is one of them. Challenges of monoculture. When we grow only one crop, what are the challenges? Pest and disease vulnerability, increased pesticide use and resistance, soil degradation and nutrient depletion, heavy fertilizer dependency and pollution, and loss of biodiversity. Now we will talk about something about this temperate fruits. As you know, temperate fruits are palm fruits and stone fruits, kiwi, nut fruits. These are the fruit which thrive in the regions with distinct season, including the cold winters. These fruit require a certain amount of chilling hours during dormancy to break bud and initiate growth in the spring. And it includes the palm fruits, stone fruits, nut fruits, and some other crops like kiwi fruit, persimmon, and strawberries also. What are the social benefits? Employment in nursery raising, orchard management, harvesting, packaging, and transportation, support women and marginal farmers, encourage self-employment and FPO formation, enhance rural economy, and empowerment of the rural youth and women. I have also included one slide for this strategies for increasing the temperate fruit production. Utilization of the high yield varieties. Crop yield can be enhanced significantly, ranging from the 5.5 ton to 11 ton per hectare. And this was the example of a paper. As we know that apple, under Indian condition, the productivity of apple is almost 6 to 7 in Himachal Pradesh, but under high density plantation, we can increase it up to even 40 to 45 ton per hectare. And expanding crop diversity, promote cultivation of lesser known and underutilized fruit species, and the implementation of the high density planting system by using the clonal rootstocks and enhancing pollination efficiency. Specifically in temperate fruits, pollination is one of the most important factor for the production, as there are so many varieties now. Earlier in temperate food, there were very few varieties which were used as a pollinizing variety, but now which also has a market value. Specifically in apple, earlier it was red gold, golden delicious, and we were not getting the good price for that. But now there is a Fuji after introduction of the Gala and Fuji's, and it also have a market value. So we are getting the good price for these varieties. So we can also add these variety and enhance the efficiency of the pollination. And advanced irrigation methods by fertigation system or drip irrigation, and integrated nutrient management, both organic and inorganic approaches can be applied, and eco-friendly pest control techniques, efficient harvesting and post-harvest handling, production of the certified planting stocks, creation of a bud bank with elite genotype, and modernization of the marketing system. Opportunity for temperate fruit crop in diversification. Temperate fruits thrive in hilly, tribal, and non-traditional regions where other crops fail. Temperate fruits like apple, walnut, cherry, and kiwi fruit have premium prices, longer crop duration, and staggered harvesting. From early apricot to late apple varieties, fruit crops offer high net return than annual field crops. Multi-year productivity also ensures a stable revenue over time, as a orchard once established can give you a good price or good harvesting crop from up to 30 years. And orchard management, harvesting, packaging, processing, and marketing create rural employment. Types of diversification. First thing is crop diversification. Then there is within a crop varietal diversification, agroforestry, and organic farming. I'll give you example of the Himachal Pradesh fruit diversification from apple to kiwi, or journey of return. In Himachal Pradesh, and as I told you, there was more than 80% of the area under apple cultivation. But with the change of this climate, the lower area, they have already become the marginal area for apple production. But most of the farmers, they were again growing apple, and they were not getting any return from that crop. Then there is a, we can say that 5 to 6 years back, there was a transition phase where kiwi was one of the major crop which was grown in those apple growing areas, and stone fruits. And kiwi is a very good remunerative crop, and which give a high return to the farmers. So Himachal Pradesh has shifted from most of the areas, apple growing area has shifted to the kiwi cultivation and stone fruit cultivation in Himachal Pradesh. Farmers in area where chilling hours were not static now have opted for the kiwi cultivation as a cash crop, and as a result increasingly taking to commercial cultivation of this exotic kiwi fruit. And they, apart from this, they have specifically in Himachal Pradesh, the Kullu area, which is the first we can say district which always is ready to adopt the new technology and immediately shift from one crop to other when they saw that apple is not going to be good for them. So they immediately shifted to this kiwi and pomegranate. And strawberry is one of the crop which major of the part they are also growing this strawberry now. As per horticulture department estimate, at least 200 farmers in the Kullu they have shifted to the kiwi cultivation, and even other areas they opt for the transclimatic hybrid fruit in the apple dominated areas. Then there is varietal diversification. It involves the increasing the number of the different fruit varieties grown in a specific area to enhance productivity, marketability, and economic returns for growers. It encompasses introducing new fruit crops, new varieties within existing crop, and exploring lesser known fruits to extend the harvest season and improve resilience against climate change and market fluctuation. Varietal diversification, again There is something common which we have already talked, risk mitigation. Diversifying have reduced the risk associated with the relying on a single variety. Then extended harvesting season, we have already talked about it. Climate resilience, it can help adapt to changing climate condition by selecting varieties that are better suited to specific microclimates and environmental stresses. And exploitation of the underutilized fruits. Now, lesser known fruits or wild fruit species can open up new market and provide unique nutritional benefits. In Himachal, these days, blueberries is a new crop, which is, we can say the most of the farmers, they are now looking for that. At least we can, because that is this one more crop is also there. Avocado and blueberries, they're the lesser known fruits for the specifically for Himachal Pradesh. So they are most of the farmers, they are now exploring these crops and trying to cultivate these crops in Himachal Pradesh. And the nutritional and therapeutic properties, different fruit varieties offer diverse nutritional profiles and potential medicinal properties, contributing to a more balanced diet and potential health benefits. Replacement of the fruit crops from high chill varieties to the low chill varieties. As we know, the delicious variety, they are all, most of the varieties earlier which were grown, like Stalking Delicious, Red Delicious, and Golden Delicious, Vance Delicious, they are all high chill varieties. Now there are varieties right from the 300 chill hours to 1400 hours. So now people, they are, and we can shift from high chill varieties to low chill varieties, specifically for those areas where temperature has increased, and these crops are not doing well. These varieties are not doing well in those areas. So lower altitude has the apple cultivation from lower altitude has been increased to the higher altitude, and they are replaced by the low chilling varieties. On the basis of the maturity, we can also, when we talk about this varietal diversification, so we can have from early to late. So there is no glut in the market, and the period of this harvesting has been extended. For example, Vista Bella, Michael is there, Summerette is there, Mollis Delicious, and Gala varieties, and then comes main varieties which we are growing these days in Himachal, like Geromine, Red Willox, Shallot Spur, Scarlet Spur, and these varieties have a different harvesting period. Superior and high-yielding varieties of temperate fruits which can be grown in pear: Clapp's Favorite, Bartlett's Scar Crimson, Comis, Kashmiri Nak 2, and George William Bartlett. And in apricot, the Sit Apricot 1, 2, 3, Shakarpara, Rakshi Karpo, Nari, and Harcourt. In peach, Glow Heaven, Red Gold, Crest Heaven, Early Red June, July Alberta, Peshawari, and these days, these Red Butte and this Black Amber. These are getting very good price in the market, and the harvesting period is different for these varieties. And in cherry, there is right from the May to June, throughout these 2 months, there are different varieties which can be harvested. So period can be long harvesting period can be achieved by adding these varieties in when we do this varietal crop diversification. And in walnut, Sith Walnut 1 and other walnut, Sith Walnut varieties can be added in crop diversification. Diversification and prolonged fruit season. In strawberry, when we talk about different crops, so we can see how the fruiting harvesting period can be from March to November, what we can grow and what varieties can be crop can be harvested, which is harvested in which month. Strawberry in March to April, and cherry, nectarine, and apricot May, even in June. Apricot, plum, peach in June and July. Some varieties of apple come also in June. Those can be grown. And then main varieties of apple comes in August and October. Then the hazelnut, apple, and pear. Some varieties of these also in July to August. The period is it of 2 months. Then persimmon comes in September, and kiwi fruit in October to November. So if we grow in our orchard, if we grow all these varieties, so harvesting periods can be different for different fruit crops and different varieties. Spacing and planting density for different sign stock combination in apple that can be used in crop diversification species. In apple, we have a different rootstock like seedling, MM111, Merton 793, M06, M7, and even spur type can be grown on seedling, and this MM19 and Merton 793, and the spacing is different for these varieties, especially in wider spaces. If you are growing on a seedling or MM1 in wider spacing varieties, we can grow these beans, peas, beans, and other crops. We can also we can do intercropping, and we can diversify crop, and the soil health can be improved by using all these things. And there are different spacing for this pear, and they have different rootstock which can also be used for the diversifying the crops. And in peach, this Royal Giant, Flavor Crest, Bobby Gold 5, Crest Heaven, and the rootstock Nimagant, and even seedling rootstock can also be used for these varieties. And in apricot, standard rootstock are mostly grown on 5.5 meter spacing, and we can, during the initial years, there is a lot of space between them. So at that time, we can grow different crops, cover crops, for adding nutrition and also getting some other income from that particular land. And in sweet cherries, there are different rootstock like Colt, and this Paza, seedling rootstock, Gazela rootstock, because the spacing is different on different rootstocks. So we can, as per our requirement, we can use these for different varieties. And then the another one is agroforestry system, which integrate fruit trees with agriculture crops, offer a powerful approach to crop diversification, enhancing both economic and environmental sustainability. Example of the agroforestry system for crop diversification: alley cropping, growing fruit trees in row with crop planted in the alley row between them. And it is a planting of the rows of the tree or shrubs wide enough to create alleyway within which agronomic or forage crops are planted or produced. Fruit-based agroforestry system, apple-based system. I'll give you example of some papers. For example, Bhushan et al. In 2022, as the trees start bearing fruit when it is 4 to 5 year old, and economic life of these trees exceed more than 30 years. And if there is a wider spacing, because as you know, specifically I'm talking about Himachal Pradesh, most of the, because of hilly area, high density planting is not conveniently, not convenient for establishment of this high density plantings. To most of the orchard, they are on seedling rootstock, and the spacing of seedling rootstock, when we grow orchard on this seedling rootstock, the spacing get wider. So at that time, when it is not giving you any fruit, and it is just in a start earlier, we are just training the plant. At that time, suitable intercrops can be grown. And this Bhushan et al., he recommended that the intense space effectively utilized for raising of the fodder crops and agriculture crops, and the productivity of orchard starts for when it was 12 to 14 ton per hectare year, depending on the variety and season. As well, managed apple tree during fruits at 10 to 20 kg per tree per year. Economy, then he calculated the economy, and cost of cultivation was 1,600 hectare per year, while the income average was 128,900 hectare per year. And he gets additional this income from the fodder crops and the cereal crops. And in apricot based system, rotation economically yield up to 30 to 35 years, and spacing was 16 to 6 meter and 8 meter into 8 meter. And suitable intercrops grown were soybean, peas, barley, cowpeas, mustard, and vegetable, and can be cultivated up to 3 to 4 years of the plantation. And after that, when they obtained a crop after 6 to 8 year old trees, 12 to 15 ton per hectare, and for well established orchard, an average yield of 25 to 35 kg was obtained after 6 to 8 years. And when income was calculated, and it was also net return on a return of 20,000 to 30,000 per hectare per year in apricot based system. In peach based system, suitable crops grown were beans, vegetable pulses, as an intercrop up to 3 years of the plantation. And poplar was also planted along with the boundaries of peach orchard, and fruit productivity 10 to 12 hectare per year from well-established orchard. And the established peach orchard can provide a net income of rupees 1,85,000 per year per hectare. And walnut based system, he also calculated that he also suitable intercrop grown were legumes, fodders, vegetables, and mustard up to 4 to 5 years of the planting, and the fruit even because it has a very big fruit. So if alley cropping is done, to peach, plum, and apple were widely preferred as a filler tree under the walnut plantation. Then comes the organic farming. Naturally encourages crop diversification, which enhances biodiversity, improves soil health, and reduce resilience on synthetic input. That this diversification, often achieved through practice like crop rotation and intercropping, help create a more resilient and sustainable agriculture system. How crop diversification work in the organic farming. Crop rotation, alternating different crops in a sequence help to break pest and disease cycle, improve soil fertility by utilizing nitrogen fixing crops, and enhance overall soil health. Here we were talking about some these agriculture crops also, because intercropping can also be done in the orchards of these fruit crops, which also improve soil health by providing the nitrogen by fixing, specifically by beans and these peas. And intercropping, growing multiple crop together in the same field, such as combining a legume with a cereal, can minimize land use and improve nutrient cycling and suppress the weed. Integrating diverse crop species, selecting a range of the crops with varying growth, habit, root depth, and nutrient requirement help to minimize resource utilization and create a more balanced ecosystem. Then cover cropping, planting cover crop between cash crop can help suppress the weeds, prevent soil erosion, and improve soil fertility, improved soil health. Crop diversification enhances soil structure, increase organic matter content, and improves water infiltration and retention, and reduction in the pest and disease pressure. Diverse cropping system disrupt the pest and disease cycle, reducing the need for the synthetic pesticide. Increased biodiversity, growing a variety of the crops provide diverse habitats for beneficial insect, pollinator, and other wildlife, promoting ecosystem balance. And the enhanced farm resilience, by diversified farm are better equipped to withstand climate shocks such as the drought or flood due to the variety of crop grown. And nutrient management, different crops have varying nutrient requirement, and crop diversification help optimizing nutrient use and reduce the need for the synthetic fertilizers. Now we will talk something about the low chill temperate fruit scope and potential in the diversification. Specifically in apple, there are Dorsett Golden, Anna, Tropic Mac, Tropic Sweet, Tama, Naomi, Tropic Beauty, Gala Beauty, Winter Banana, V-Red. Herman 99 is also one of the variety which is registered under PVFRA from Himachal. This variety is now grown in the southern part of the India, or even in Punjab, Haryana, because it has a chilling requirement of 300 chilling hours. So it is now widely grown in a warmer area, and low chill varieties can be grown in a warmer area. So these can be also used for this diversification of crops. And there are some crops. I'll give you another examples. For middle of northwestern Himalaya to temperate region of northwestern Himalayas, Anna, Dorsett Golden, Tropical Beauty, Michael, Slomit, Palan's Beauty, and some of the Fuji strains. In apricot, Newcastle and Ima. And in peach, Sharbati, Shani, Punjab, Pratap, Florida Gold, Early Grande. In pear, Kiefer, Lee Conte, Pathana, Kosi, Hausi, and these are the Chinese group of varieties, etc. And plum, Alucha Purple, and Citron, which can be grown in low hills and northern plains. And in pear, Pathanak, Punjab Kola, Leconte, Smith Kiefer. These are some of the examples which I also gave in the slide. And the semi-soft pear varieties, Punjab Gold, Punjab Nectar, Punjab Beauty, and Babugesha, and some hard varieties, Punjab Nak and Patthar Nak. And in peach, the variety which are having this less than 100 hour of the chilling, and then 100 to 150, and more than 150 to 200, and up to 350. These are the early amber, Flodacin, jewel, and Floda King, and Gulfi and Sunred, and Flora Breast. Early grand introduced variety prefer very well under, they are growing very well and performing very well under the Punjab condition, and Florida Prince introduced to the Punjab condition also. And there is the another one is the red of this almond, red Siglon. And then there is another variety, another crop, nectarine, under this Sunbest and Sunracer, UF Royal, UF Green, Sunmust, and Suncoat can be grown. Diversification success stories in Himachal Pradesh orchards. Himachal Pradesh orchards are undergoing significant diversification to address the challenges such as climate change, declining yields, and economic sustainability. Here is an overview of the successful strategies being implemented. Natural farming, a sustainable shift. Natural farming practices are gaining attraction in the apple orchard in Himachal Pradesh by utilizing the local sources like cow dung, cow urine, jaggery, and neem leaves. Farmer prepare bioaccumulates such as the Jiva Amrit and Ganjiva Amrit, which are specifically in Himachal Pradesh. There is a project going on we call natural farming, and now it is also a model farm has been created at RHRS Mashobra, where we are not using any of this synthetic, we can say inorganic fertilizer, pesticide, or insecticide. The even diseases are controlled by different astras, and crop rotation is doing, we are doing crop rotations throughout the year. Apple is also growing there, but like this garlic, methi, and peas, beans are year wise and the season wise. We are also growing all these these crops, and it is also doing very well, and even we are not facing any diseases and insect problem in that areas and that particular block. And that is also controlled by using different these Nima Astris there, then Brahmastris there. They are preparing it, and by spraying this, the disease and insects, they are also managed. And high density plantation is also one of the this adoption of high density plantation is transforming apple cultivation in Himachal Pradesh. And crop diversification, as I told you, the kiwi fruit has gaining very importance in this Himachal Pradesh, and persimmon also now is used in crop diversification in most of the areas where apple were grown earlier. Climate adaptation strategies. Climate change poses significant challenges to apple cultivation with reduced snowfall and erratic weather affecting yield. To apt farmers are shifting the low chill varieties, and there are some other they are also doing some other practices like mulching and organic fertilization to enhance soil resilience. These measures aim to stabilize production and sustain the apple economy. Potential of also strawberry is one of the best crop which is used for diversifying in the temperate fruit region. And some of the success stories. A study conducted by the College of the Basic Science Palanpur found that about 63% of the farmers in the Banjar have switched to alternate crops such as pear, kiwi, cabbage, and other vegetables along with the apple crop. And a study on horticulture conducted by the climate adaptation program in different administration block of Kullu has classified the small town of Banjar as the most vulnerable region in the Indian Himalayan. And according to the study, water is scarce in this particular area, so it was very difficult to continue with the apple cultivation alone in this region. And they have now changed for the other crops, increased need for the water, which was insufficient. The study has recommended the cultivation of the pomegranate along with the apple of of the spur variety rootstock apple that requires relatively few chilling hours, between 600 to 800 hours. And the study has recommended polyline tank using micro irrigation techniques in high density apple orchard for improved water management and diversification. And a progressive farmer in the Banjar who has realized that apple cultivation was no longer seen in that region, diversified to the other crops, and he is getting very good response from this diversification. And another farmer who has totally shifted to this pomegranate, and he is also getting good benefit from this diversifying the crop. Even in the Laol Spiti and Kinnaur, where earlier this, even now they are also growing this peas, which is very high value crop there. They have also apple orchard was already there, but they are also growing vegetables under this apple orchard, so and getting the good price for and economic value. And pomegranate cultivation has started in Kullu, and vegetable seed production in Kullu. They are shifting from this apple cultivation to other crops because there was apple was not growing well in these areas. The thrust areas: promote high yielding varieties and climate resident fruit varieties, encourage cultivation of minor and underutilized temperate fruits, adopt high density plantation using clonal rootstocks, improve pollination practices in key temperate food crops, enhance water use efficiency through drip and fertigation system, and apply integrated nutrient management with organic inputs, implement eco-friendly pest and disease control measures. And what we can conclude that the diversification of temperate food crop is essential for achieving sustainability, profitability, and resilience in horticulture, especially in fragile hill ecosystem. And adoption of high-yielding varieties, improved practices, and region-specific planning can significantly boost farmers' income and resource use efficiency. And going forward, a holistic approach integrating research, policy support, infrastructure development, and farmer capacity building is a key for the long-term success of these strategies. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Is there any participant who wants to interact with ma'am?
Sir, one thing I would like to